Question for you.
Okay.
Is plop a technical cooking term?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah. And yes, moosh is also a technical term.
Good, I like it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Coop to Grill. So I found this really cool recipe on Instagram because who doesn't scroll in the middle of the night? And it is baked tacos. And it sounds weird, but so good.
They're so good.
They're so good. Okay, so our ingredients, we're going to start with ground beef. So the ground beef is from Connor's Farms. We are going to use our McCormick's taco seasoning. We're going to use Ortega mild sauce because we would use a hot or a medium, but we are going to have onion and jalapeno added to the meat as well. And then we are going to also use some refried beans. And we're going to shred up this block of cheese, which actually Mr. DeGrill will be doing.
Woo!
And then, of course, tortillas. We have a lot more than this. All right, let's get started. So in the pan, we're just going to melt around 2 tablespoons of butter. And then as soon as this is a little bit more melty, I'm going to plop in our beef. And I'm immediately going to add the onions and jalapenos. We have our super awesome Betty Crocker meat chopper. I thought this was a super ridiculous purchase that my mom sent me when I lived overseas, and actually it is awesome. We use it all the time. So
actually, I think that's the second one because we used the first one.
Oh, till it died.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this could be the second one then. But we knew we really liked it. So, and I want to say it's probably from Walmart or Target. Like, it's easy to find. So now we're going to just go ahead and add in our onions. And we did a whole small red onion. You can use a half of a large red onion, or if you don't like red onions, you are welcome to go ahead and use a yellow onion, which I think is what the original recipe actually called for. I like red onions. I think they're more flavorful. And just mix this in.
That's so weird.
Huh.
To cook the onion
With
and the jalapeno either beforehand or added in after the beef is done is typical. I don't know that I've ever, unless I'm making a formed meatloaf, put the onion in with the raw burger all at the same time.
Yeah, so this was supposed to be, it's basically a one pot, one pan meal was the, selling point for it, for me. Okay, so we're going to let that cook until the onions are completely cooked through. That's what you're looking for. So your ground beef should be a little bit brown and your onions should be cooked through. Okay, so I set a timer for about 5 minutes. I did cover my meat to make it cook a little faster and sweat my onions. So let's check it out and see where we're at. Woo, all right. Oh, this is looking really good. I have it at like a medium heat. So now that we're probably halfway through the cook, these onions are starting to look a little bit clear. We're going to add some taco sauce to our meat mixture. So we're going to put the mild taco sauce, and I'm just going to kind of drizzle it. It's I'm eyeballing it. It's probably 2-ish tablespoons. Very good. And I'm just going to kind of moosh that in around here. Just kind of trying to break up the really big chunks of meat that are still there. And actually, it looks like we're probably about ready to switch to a normal spoon. This is the weird part. So far, I feel like, yeah, we did a couple of weird things to make our taco meat, but this is where it gets interesting and really cool. So we have a baking sheet with parchment paper.
Yeah, there we go.
We're going to actually end up fitting 6 on this sheet because what we're going to do is we're going to put our filling here and we're going to kind of fold these over. We're going to preheat the oven to 400 degrees.
400!
All right, so the first layer of what we're going to add to these delicious baked tacos is some beans. So we're just going to smooth these out as smooth as you can make them. Next, we're going to add our delicious meat. It is all done. Probably took 8 minutes total to cook at a medium heat. Everything is cooked through. And you can load these as thick as you would like. We're just looking for them to close and kind of stay together. So the more stuff you put in, the more likely they are to fall apart when you're trying to eat them. So, you know, kind of keep that in mind. You can also do a smaller tortilla, so you have like little mini tacos. Next, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some shredded cheese, and this is going to be what seals our taco shell shut while it's baking in the oven. So, again, I'm just eyeballing it. There's no measurement. It's whatever you like.
Coupe de grill measurements.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I've officially been converted.
Yes!
Don't tell Mom.
Thank gosh. It's about time. I've been working on that for years.
We're going to do the same thing here.
Okay.
All right, so we're getting closer. We're going to do a couple of these a little thinner so nobody runs out of anything. As you can see, I got a little too dark on some of this.
Oh, I think it's perfect. The crispy bits.
I do like the crispy bits. How's that?
That sounds wonderful.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we'll add our cheesy deliciousness again. And just do a little half fold. And you're probably wondering how exactly these are going to stay closed. Here, Tetris me. Okay, so we're all Tetrised. I'm going to try to get some of this cheese to not be on the parchment paper because I don't want it to set our smoke alarm off. So now we're going to take our fancy oil sprayer, right? We've showed this before about a billion times. So it sprays, but it also pours. So we're going to go ahead and we're just gonna spray. And we're using olive oil. You can use avocado oil. You can use vegetable oil. It's up to you. We like olive oil. So we're just going to do that. A thick enough layer to see the shine. So we're doing that so it doesn't stick to the bottom of our second baking sheet. And we're literally going to put it in just like this for 15 minutes at 400.
You don't need any weight on this. This is weight enough.
That is weight enough.
Holy cow, look at that.
It'll give us crispy tacos. We put these in the oven at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. We now have pulled them out, and this is the deliciousness that they look like. You're going to say to me, this is not crispy. You are correct. So, what we do next is we take these deliciousness things that are all squished down and sealed, and we put them back in on broil for 2 to 3 minutes.
Perfect.
You're perfect. These tacos are made for dipping. So we have a variety of things that we like to use to dip our big giant tacos in. So I like the avocado mash from Costco. It is a little bit flavory. It does have some salt already added to it. So if you wanted your own avocado, you could make it yourself, mash it up, make some guacamole. We also have Top the Tater, because who wants regular sour cream if you have access to Top the Tater?
We're in the Midwest. That's all you use.
And then I like Cholula. I like it a little bit spicier. So if you want to add some Cholula for extra flavor, you absolutely can. Remember, you put taco sauce in the meat. So that is going to be flavorful enough.
Look at that. Those are done.
We have good timing. Here we go. And here are beautiful crispy tacos, fresh out of the oven. And
what else are we going to dip them in?
Okay, so I also have this mild salsa con queso by Taco Bell. Taco Bell also makes a creamy jalapeno sauce, which is my favorite sauce on anything that Taco Bell ever makes. I actually get it extra on the side to dip, so I have extra yummy creamy jalapeno sauce. You can buy that at Walmart. We also have some queso blanco. This one is actually Monterey Jack queso, and it's very good. And then we've got some regular chunky salsa. There's also ranch chipotle sauce. There's about a billion sauces. If you like a certain sauce on your tacos, we highly recommend you use that to dip your tacos. So,
go ahead.
As a side with our tacos, we are going to have fried potatoes tonight. They're also super good with Spanish rice. You can choose to add your Spanish rice inside, but like Mr. DeGrill mentioned, once they get too thick, they are hard to dip.
I'll take the ones closer to me.
Okay.
I'm just going to.
You're going to dip it.
Just a little bit.
I'm going to try it normal, without any dip, just to see what it tastes like. They're hot. Hot. Mmm. Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Super good. All right, we're going to enjoy our dinner. He's going to keep snacking. Thanks for joining us today while we made crispy beef tacos in the oven. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment. It helps grow our channel. Yeah?
Ta-da! Oh my gosh, I'm so good at this part.
Oh boy. Okay, so are you on the pan?
I am on the pan.
Good.
I'm not usually on this side of the camera. This is weird.
It's not as easy
like
as I make it
No,
look.
I know you make it look so easy. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
I would say the biggest thing for as thick as you want to make them would be the determining factor would be whether or not you're going to dip them. So we dipped a few of ours last time, and when they're a little bit thicker, the stuff starts to fall out of them. But if you made them a little thinner, you could use them to actually dip into your sauce instead of pouring your sauce over top of them. It's all in how you want to eat them. How is that?
How's what?
Hot and fast?
Oh, they're done.
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay enough?
Yeah, you know, that's what I usually go for when I'm cooking. Okay enough.
Okay enough. Okay. Are you still recording all that craziness? You did, didn't you?
No. Yes.
Anyway,
Payback.
so, this is it. This
Story
is
of my life, man.
Wow.
Sorry, go ahead.
All right. Is that, yeah? Is there any other information, Smart Aleck, that you would like me to add?
I don't think that's pertinent to the cook. I don't
Okay,
think so.
good. All right. So, did you get all that?
Only the last.
Oh my goodness! Stop it. You know,
I didn't know what was going to happen. You never know what's going to happen on these.
Ooh. That's why they call me Dances with Plates.